I know famous.
Who?
Mother. Hoping you can reach out to your NYPD connects. See if they know anything about my friend Famous being took out. I just want to know who made that call.
Who you think made it? And question is asking around about who would have given you the order.
You're talking about the Stark kid. We could find out what he knows.
You gotta go, Chris. I can't keep you safe.
Miss Bradley, we need you to come with us.
The only person you ever thought could have done it was his mom's.
We heard back from our friends in the NYPD.
Famous.
It was your mother, son.
You a real one out here on your own, King. Everything ain't gotta be about rock. What?
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. Season 4, episode 9 of Raising Kanan was a banger, and oh man, the next week episode, I know it's gonna be crazy. I highly suggest you guys subscribe, because the videos I'm going to be putting out this weekend about the finale, what's gonna happen, you're for sure gonna want to check those out. But first off, we gotta break down this episode 9. Of course, the death of Krystal after getting kidnapped by Snaps and Pop, revealing the information that Kanan thought it was Rock that took out Famous, them using this to their advantage to further push a wedge between Rock and Kanan going into the finale, how that's going to play a part in how everything ends up. We also finally see a conversation between Unique and Kanan, one of the best conversations in power I've ever seen. We also know our boy Lulu is back in the game. Stefano and Rock talk about eliminating Marvin from the picture due to his many mistakes over the course of this season. It's just so much we got to talk about and dive into for each and every character. So without further ado, you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, of course, we got to start off with the death of Krystal. Now, this is probably the one thing I predicted like absolutely perfectly over the course of this entire season, down to the leaked exclusive picture we received of Kanan at a gravesite. Because as we already see in the episode 10 preview, he's going to be wearing these exact same clothes. And I told you guys this was more than likely Krystal's gravestone. You guys were saying she just died. It could have been Famous, could have been Joyce, could have been Howard. And I'm like, bro, we're 8 episodes in. It's gonna be Krystal, and a lot of people even believe that Krystal wasn't gonna die this episode. But I said, if she revealed that he thought it was Rock, they couldn't just let her go, especially once she sings Snaps and Pop's face. Well, she only saw one of them, but the fact that they showed their face, like, when I saw that scene, I'm like, oh yeah, she really is about to get killed. So of course we know Kanan revealed to her that he thought it was Rock because he saw Rock paying the police money after learning from Freddy's crew that the police possibly put down Fame. So he took this information to Snaps and Pop and was like, hey, I know y'all got some connects to the police because I seen y'all talking to them previously, so can y'all let me know what information y'all find out about what happened to Famous. Now, with them having done the job themselves, they obviously couldn't give him the truth. They went back to the cops and killed Famous for them, and they told them he's looking into this murder. We need to figure out what he knows. Of course, they went and got Krystal, and that led to this whole situation where she ends up revealing that he wants it to be Rock so bad. He just hates her so much that he believes every wrong thing in his life just so happens to be Rock. Once they got this information, they put her ass down. Like, they put her down so quickly, it's crazy. And of course, we didn't see later in this episode. We also didn't see later in this episode with Jukebox. We're gonna get into her more later. Detective Garcia, they found Krystal's body, even though Kanan doesn't know yet, but he showed Jukebox a picture and told Jukebox she owes him a favor. We're gonna talk about that a little more later. Might make a whole entire video on that. But then Kanan going to Snaps and Pops about Krystal, they're like, nah, we never seen Krystal. We don't know nothing about where she's been, any of that. But we did hear back about Famous, and we got word that it was your mom who did it. Now, we obviously knew this was the card they were gonna play, and Kanan's gonna be even more pissed than ever because he met with Rock within this episode early on, and she said she didn't have nothing to do with Fame, she didn't have nothing to do with Krystal. And once Krystal's body's revealed and he's at that gravesite. We already see the episode 10 description talks about him being devastated, furious, needing answers and revenge, and that might come at the cost of killing Rock. But we're gonna talk about that more this week, and be sure to check out my videos. I'm telling you guys, subscribe. Next up, we got to talk about the meetup and the conversation between Kanan and Unique and how this connects back to the rest of the Thomas family. As we know, once again, the episode 10 description talks about this war between Rock, Lou, and Unique that's going to take place come this episode. We're going to talk about Marvin soon because a lot of people are talking about why he's not in that description and why he's not going to war. But the conversation between Unique and Kanan, first and foremost, of course, Kanan goes to his shop to talk to him. And once again, like I said, it's probably one of the best conversations. We've been waiting for this for so long, and they kind of lay everything out for the most part. At least Kanan, he tells him, yeah, I was the one who put down Ronnie. Yeah, I don't work with Rock. I just get my work from her. But me and her, we not business partners for real, and everything like that. And Unique kind of extends his hand, talks about the alliance once again he was setting up in the last episode with Snaps and Pop to get Rock out the way. Kanan could stay in place. He mentioned how he's losing everybody from Fame to Krystal to OC, and Kanan kind of questioned that, like, how you know about OC. Unique kind of slipped up with that, but he he got it back, saying everybody in the streets hearing about how your people getting put down and everything like that. And he just extends his hand and offer and lets him know, hey, me and you, we team up. Hey, we can make it worth our while for real with no Rock. And obviously, when Kanan was leaving this shop, we didn't see that Rock. She was watching the shop already. We saw this within episode 8, I believe, where she was watching Unique in the shop. So we know she's been continuously doing this, and now she sees her own son coming out. This leads to a scene we see at the very end of this episode where Lou finally joining back into the game. Rock says we're going straight into the Lions Den, basically, and we see her and Lou show up to Unique shop, and we're gonna get a conversation between them at the very beginning of episode 10 to kick this whole war and shit off. This conversation is gonna be crazy, but I want to see their talk surrounding Kanan first and foremost and how that plays out going forward, because we also could hear and see in the preview for the episode 10 trailer Snaps and Pops once again trying to broker a deal to have Unique and Kanan work with one another. So we got to see how that plays out. Once again, watch this weekend for me to break down the full teaser for episode 10, but the conversation between them two was interesting. We also got to talk about that Lamar Jackson was in this episode. I ain't gonna lie, out of all the random rappers, athletes, celebrities that they pull in to play a scene, dude did a pretty good fucking job, to be honest. The kill he got looked authentic. His conversation with Unique was funny, it was real. Shout out to Lamar Jackson, because I thought this shit was gonna be trash, like BMF levels of trash, but he actually pulled it off. But this conversation between Unique and Kanan, we gotta see how it continues to play out going into episode 10. Next up, we have Marvin, who has two major problems really within this episode. Obviously, the first one, Stefano wanting Rock to eliminate and take him out due to the fact that he gave early to go ahead to take out one of the guys at Howard Beach and everything like that. We know within the last episode, Marvin decided to kill Early's cousin, Londell was his name, I believe, and Rock told him to kill both of them, but Marvin didn't do it. And Early approached Marvin within this episode was like, I know you did that, I'm not just gonna go lightly, like something gotta happen from you taking out my cousin. And Marvin like, what if I did do it? What the hell is you gonna do? And we saw that Early decided to go to Stefano and tell him the truth, that Marvin gave him the go ahead to take out the member of their family or whatever. So then Stefano goes to Rock, says Marvin has to go. Rock is not going for it. We seen how she reacted with the Sal Baselli situation when Marvin hired his son to take out Tony D for him, and his son ended up getting killed, and Rock still didn't give up Marvin then. She won't do it now. So Stefano continued to try to pressure her and was like, hey, Marvin talked to me about taking your spot, and she didn't believe this either. But I don't think there's nothing he can do to make Rock side with him over Marvin. She's gonna be ride or die for her brother. Now of course this creates problems, so we can see in the preview for episode 10, once again, we're going to break that down this weekend, that he's getting shot at, he's getting cornered. It's not looking too good for him, man. Everyone was talking about why he isn't going to war with Unique, and it's because he possibly has enough problems on his own hands. Seems like Stefano is going to send the hitters, and we do get a scene of Rock in the preview trailer crying. We don't know for what, why, none of that yet. We're going to break it down, like I said. Now, once again, there's a second problem on Marvin's hand, and he went to go see Gerald's daughter within this episode. We saw him go visit her earlier this season at her school, where Early got him the information on how he could get in contact with her, and he went to go visit her within this episode as well, because she was missing school for weeks at a time. So he paid a security guard to get the address to her foster home and everything like that. And she had these terrible parents. We hear Amber screaming for him in the background. He just runs and breaks into the house. They have her locked in this back room with a baby or whatever, and they start rushing at him. He pulls out his gun and shoots and kills both of them right then and there, once again creating another problem. Now, he told Amber to say it was a white boy with tattoos who was trying to rob them, ran in, stealing, whatever, and I think Amber is gonna have his back, protect him, whatever, but it's just not looking good. The season has been set up this entire time with all these kills that Marvin has been getting to either go to jail or die, and that's what it's looking like from this episode 10 preview, for him not being mentioned in the description. He just has so much going on that I'm worried for, bro. Like, it's just tough to be a Marvin fan right about now. And then I believe his actor tweeted something on Twitter making everybody think he's gonna die. Like, he didn't necessarily say that. He was talking about how I'm glad y'all all enjoyed the character of Marvin, and people took that to heart, basically thinking he's talking about the possibility of him dying. So it's just not looking good. Let me know your predictions for Marvin down below in the comments. And the last thing I'm going to touch on, because it seems like this is going to play a important part later, is of course Jukebox now on Detective Garcia favor. We have now been seeing between these last few episodes that he's been following her more and more and more, because he said Officer Berg told him about Jukebox, that she was a good civilian, that Jukebox gave her information once and everything like that, and he wants her help. Now, he's been consistently following her. He followed her and Aisha on their date and everything like that, and she went to him to find out if Krystal was actually killed, and he showed her a picture and confirmed it, and he said, now you owe me a favor. Now, I recently made a video talking about, I believe Jukebox is going to take out Detective Garcia. Obviously that's still on the table, but I am interested in what this favor he's asking is gonna be, and if Jukebox does snitch or tell anything like that. We're all interested in seeing her path to becoming a cop. It's something we've been watching and looking out for over the course of these 4 seasons. We thought it was going to be her connection to Berg, as I just mentioned, or Officer Howard, someone we saw that actually was a dirty cop and used being a cop to his benefit to protect the people he care about. That was a route she could have took. We thought it could have possibly been the military stint. We saw her go do that, how she loved and enjoyed it, everything like that. Obviously that didn't last long, and now she has a close connection with another officer who, once again, she now owes a favor. You guys let me know down below, what do you think that favor is actually gonna be? I think it's gonna play a vital part, because they've been setting up this relationship between them two over the past 3 to 4 episodes now, and I think they've been doing that for a specific reason. If that favor does come back around in the finale, I just know it's gonna be crazy. But I can't wait to find out what it is, continue to see her path to becoming a cop. She's honestly the character I'm most interested in seeing progress more and more. I think season 5, she's probably going to be the biggest, most important character to watch out for. You guys let me know what you think about that though. Overall though, that's it for this video. You guys, as usual, go let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything season 4 episode 9 of Raising Kanan. Let me know where you rank all the episodes this season so far. I think this one is definitely within the top 3. I think episode 1 was probably definitely the worst. Like, none of those flashbacks are even coming full circle or any of that. But I don't know, it's just so much to look forward to going into episode 10. So once again, I highly suggest you guys subscribe so you can see these videos videos this weekend. Give you a few hints. We're talking about the introduction of Breeze, which is crazy because I just said I wasn't gonna make no videos on that, but we got an interesting teaser and sneak peek already. We also got to talk about the possible death of people like a Rock, a Marvin. Once again, the deal that Jukebox is gonna make with the cop. It's just so much to look forward to that we gotta break down. This is usually the most exciting week of any Power shows within their seasons, the week leading up to the finale, because Power always knows how to go out with a bang. So as usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.